Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Just a little bit while ago, I designed or helped show you how to design this pattern. And then I started thinking, you don't have to do it with a square. We might be able to do it with a six-sided polygon, or we will be able to do it. Let's draw a six-sided polygon and hit P, put it in the center of the page. Let's Control D and make a duplicate while holding down the Shift key, bring that in. Now, like the square, we only have to do one side of this. So we'll take a 2-point line and go from there to there and from there to there. Now we're going to take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. We're going to use, let's try light blue this time. Then we're going to take the Interactive Fill tool and we're going to do what we did before and bring in a black. I'm not going to worry about this time about making a clone, but if you like that, part 2, how to do that. Now we're in the center of the page, so I can Control D and make a duplicate. I'm going to alternate C, which puts the in there, so we'll just go and you go 60 degrees, and then Control D. Whoop. Sometimes Corel does that. Control D, 120 degrees. Control D, Control D, Control D. Now, once again, we're not going to fill in the inside. You know what? Let's go ahead and fill in the inside because it'll be a little bit harder to put a pattern on that. So we're going to put black in the middle. That kind of adds to it. Now we're going to Control G to group it. And we need something equal. So with our ratio lock, we're going to make this 2 inches. My nudge factor set on 2 inches. And then we can Control D, move that over. So we're going to get the same effect, with the exception it's a little bit harder to match it up. We can't just Control D and go down. So we're going to group them. And then we're going to go Control D and we're going to move them down, make it a little bit closer. Now we're going to grab that very node right there and have it snap. If you don't get it the first time, back off and have it snap to that object. And then it's a lot easier to go Control G to Control D and then move this one down because you're going to have less oddballs at the end. So we're basically making a honeycomb effect, but if you look at it real closely, now, one thing I did not do is take away the outline, so we can right-click and take away the outline. Now, the outline's still going to show on the outside, the black, just because of the seam we have. But you could actually take that and make it a blue and kind of make it look disappeared. Well, it added a line to all of them, so that doesn't really look very good. I should have, let me see if we can't get rid of that. Let's go to Object, Group, and Ungroup. That's still a group. I should have ungrouped all. And let's take away the outline. There we go. That's what I should have done at first. We're still at 2 inches. Let's move this up. Nudge factor still set on 2. Control D, and move that over as many times as you wanted. Control G to group, Control D to duplicate. And mathematically, you could figure out what that is. It's just, well, it's really just 1 inch. So if we took a 1 inch nudge, no, it's not. So mathematically, you could still do it. Have that snap to it. Then I always find, instead of Control D and going sideways diagonally, Control G to Control D, and then move that down and just place it in there. And if you get it right the first time, then you can Control D as many times as you want. That's a pretty cool honeycomb effect. Didn't do a very good job there. Let me delete that and delete that. Ungroup this. I didn't do a good job the first time. This is still a group. Let me get rid of this. You really need to zoom in once you do it, but this is a little bit harder. So we're going to go and try to have it snap to it. And then inspect it, and we're good. And then we can control D. Well, I shouldn't have done that. I should have grouped this together. So take the pick tool, control G to group it, control D to duplicate it. And you could do this with math. I might even make another one. And then just control once you've got it done. Now to get rid of these corner sections, these ones that are sticking over, if you wanted to, control G to group it. I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm going to hold down the shift key and double click on the rectangle tool, but it's going for the tips. So then what you could do is get the two-sided arrow, holding down the shift key, and maybe try to go just about to that edge, and then use your intersect tool to intersect that center out. It's going to take a little bit of time. Well, it didn't take very long. And there you have a honeycomb pattern. And always, if you check off of it with your pick tool, it'll always look better. Anyway, kind of a fun project. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.